Hello and welcome to this player prop edition of the Hockey Gambling Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert, once again flying solo here for this player prop show here on Thursday, 2 o'clock here in the afternoon. Got 5 hours till puck drop on the first game on this slate. We did a show on Wednesday afternoon, myself, Joel. We had Catfish on. I got our puck bucks up here on the screen for you YouTube viewers here. Nothing too strong today for myself. Canadians, a few of these bets will correlate to some of my props here as well. So I wanted to get a player prop show out for you guys. Last week, I did one with Archer on Thursday. I think I went about 500 on mine. Not sure how Archer did on his. So hopefully we can find a little bit of a groove here with this player prop show. Of course, make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. That's where you get our content the fastest. YouTube gets it first, then the podcast feed gets it after it's edited and uploaded and all that good stuff. So make sure you are subscribed on YouTube at the Hockey Gambling Podcast. Like the videos, that helps out. Comment as well, and share with a friend. Share with your betting group if you get some good tips from us or bad tips if you're fading us. That's all good stuff there. Also, leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And you can follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN and get in the Sports Gambling Podcast Discord. If you go to sg.pn/Discord there in the hockey channel, I usually throw in there a few hours before we go live when we are going live for that day, if we haven't said it already. And of course, make sure you check out the merch store. A bunch of new items for the new year. And right now, get 10% off everything using promo code 2026. Got some Hockey on the Podcast hats, hoodies. I think there's some mugs in there. So make sure you guys check that out in the merch store. Rep some HGP merch there. So we're going to go over this 10-game slate. One prop for every game here for this 10-game slate. So that's what we're going to do here. Then I'll look at some team total shots on goal, and then some maybe a glance at Friday's slate of games here. All right, let's start it off here with Canadians at the Sabres. I like the Canadians tonight, back-to-back for the Sabres. Didn't look too good late in the game against the Flyers last night to get the win. I'm targeting Lane Hudson, though, to get a point at minus 154 at DraftKings there. In his career against Buffalo, he has 9 points in 5 games. Montreal swept the season series last year against Buffalo. Hudson had a point in the earlier win this season on October 20th and 2 points in all 4 games last season against the Sabres there. Overall this season, he has a point in 2/3 of his games. Coming off a pointless game against Washington, slowed down a bit, but still pretty hot here. It doesn't usually go too long without a point, and Buffalo should be allowing some goals here on the second half of back-to-back. Hudson has not gone back-to-back games without a point since December 3rd and then the 6th, and that's only the second or third time he's done that this season. So I think he gets back on the score sheet here. I like that minus 154 price there for Lane Hudson. You can take him to get an assist, probably at a better number there. You can get a minus 120, but he does have a few goals recently. So plus 700 to score a goal if you want to sprinkle that along with the assist to get that number down, because that's a pretty good number for a goal for Lane Hudson is 7-1. But playing it safe here with the point at minus 154. Shop around for this one. I am seeing minus 172 elsewhere. So if you do only have that available, maybe do look to the assist and sprinkle that goal. But I think Lane Hudson point against Buffalo is going to be a good look tonight. He had the goal. That was his only point against Buffalo back on October 20th there. Then going down to the Canucks at the Blue Jackets. Like the over in this game. A few different places you can go, but I'm looking at Adam Fantilli, over 2.5 shots on goal, averaging just under 3 shots on goal per game this season with 125 in 46 games played. But his last few games here, 5 shots on goal, 3, 1, 0, 3. And especially at home, Columbus at home, Fantilli at home has been good shooting the puck. 65 shots in 21 games as opposed to 60 shots in 25 road games there. So he is averaging 3 shots on goal per game at home. Looking at his recent home games here, well, he has hit three or more shots on goal in 61% of his overall games this season. And that goes up to 67% at home. Three straight at home, 9 of his last 10 games at home. And, looking at his recent game log, let's see if it's worth a ladder here. He doesn't really have too many, only 8 games with 4 or more. He usually just gets to that 3 number, and that's where he stays here. That's pretty much what he's been doing recently as well. Still shooting the puck, getting some total shot attempts there. So I like Fantilli to get 3 shots on goal at this, minus 123, minus 120 number at DraftKings. He had 5 shots on goal against Vancouver last year, 2, and then 4 the game before that. And Vancouver's allowing 29.7 shots on goal per game. Last game, Pinto had 3, Tim Stützle had 6, Dylan Cousins had 3 shots on goal. So they're allowing shots on goal overall, and also 2 centers there like Fantilli. All right, then we got the Flyers at the Penguins. I do have 2 picks for this one. It is Trevor Zegras to get a point. He's around minus 130. I wrote that one up for my daily article on Sports Illustrated. I tweeted that out as well, so make sure you guys check that out. Had a goal last night in Buffalo to end a 3-game goal drought. He's already kind of gotten into the rivalry here with the Penguins. He had game points in all 2 games this season, 2 games last season against the Penguins. So I like Zegras there, but I also am taking Owen Tippett over 2.5 shots on goal. That is the one I am putting in this round robin that I do with these 10 picks. Zegras is a solo pick by itself. Tippett is really one of the Flyers' only Flyers forwards that's really playing well right now. He's fast. He can carry the puck. Looking at his recent games, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1, 4, 1, 10 shots on goal dating back to before Christmas there. Getting even money for him to get 3 shots on goal. Looking at previous games against Pittsburgh, only had 2 and 3 earlier in the year. But looking at last season, had 4 in Pittsburgh in February and 4 against Pittsburgh in February at home as well there. So I think Tippett here, 3 shots on goal at an even money price. Flyers should be looking to get some more pucks on net, especially from Tippett, who did score last night. So he should be feeling hot now. His goals in 2 of his past 3 games, so should keep firing the puck there on the wing for the Fly Guys. And the other 7 o'clock game here is the San Jose Sharks and Washington Capitals. I did write up Alex Ovechkin to score a goal at plus 125. He had a 4-game goal streak. And last game against Montreal, but coming home against the Sharks, I believe it's Nedeljkovic in net for San Jose. So I think that's a good number there. 20 goals. He's been good at home this season. Ovechkin has at scoring there. So that's a solo play that I made for that article there. He has he hasn't been great at home this season, but the Sharks are they're bleeding goals now. They've allowed 4 or more in a lot of their recent games. And on the other side, looking at Macklin Celebrini assist, a bit juicy, minus 168 here, but 46 assists in 45 games, 70 total points there, and no points last game against Vegas, but 3 assists in the game before that, 3 points, 2 assists in the game before that. So Celebrini has been a beast just over the past month plus here in his past 16 games, 30 points, 20 assists. So, I mean, you can play it safer and just take him to get a point, but I have to imagine that's up well above minus 200. Minus 360 I'm seeing at DraftKings. So get that down to $2 there to minus 168 to get an assist against the Capitals. Might not be a very high scoring game, but Logan Thompson has not been as good in net as he was at the beginning of the year. And the Sharks offense pretty much is Celebrini, whether it's him scoring or him picking up some assists there. So Celebrini, that's the 4 plays for the 7 o'clock slate. Going down to 8 o'clock here. It's a bet that I don't love making here, but Jared Spurgeon over 1.5 blocks. I took Faber last week to get 2 blocks. I don't think he did that, but Spurgeon has 2 blocks in 2/3 of his games this season. You see here his recent game log: 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Had 3 in the game before that, so that's 6 straight games with at least 2 blocked shots, and 9 of his past 10 games. Going back even further, 16 of his last 20. So he's someone who is playing more of a defensive role, I think, with Brock Faber there, with Quinn Hughes now in the fold. He had 2 blocks in the first 2 meetings against Winnipeg at Winnipeg, both in November and December. And the Jets, they do recent games. Pulock, and Brett Pesce all had 2, 3, and 2 block shots. Brant Clark, Donnell Nurse also had multiple block shots there. So minus 135 for something Spurgeon has done in 2/3 of his game this season. I think that's something you have to take there, throwing that into my round robin. All right, we are brought to you by Avo. Make more money betting sports with Avo. That's AVO. Avo is the best sports betting tool that helps you make a profit every time you decide to place bets. They do this by supporting arbitrage and plus EV opportunities for you faster than the competitors, and they keep you organized in one place. They have the cleanest dashboard, super easy to understand and use, and they also have step-by-step video guides in case you have questions. You can see in their free Discord at AVO Official and see the success people are having for themselves. Get started now at avo.bet and use promo code SGPN for $18 off. That's avo.bet, promo code SGPN for $18 off. And of course, we have Kalshi here, a real money prediction market legal in all 50 states. In all 50 states, you can trade tons of markets in sports, also got politics, entertainment, and even the weather. At Kalshi, you can trade anything, and new Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. Other 8 o'clock game here. Got the Kraken at the Bruins. Of course, the Morgan Geeky revenge baby leg game here. But I'm going the other way here with Seattle, with Jared McCann to record a point. I know he's playing down a bit in the lineup, I believe. He's playing on the third line, but he's with Shane Wright and Berkeley Catton, 2 guys that can generate offense. And, not being there in the top 6 won't have him matched up against the top Bruins players. So hopefully he can take advantage of that. And he's been great this season since coming back from injury. He has points in 2 straight. In his past 9 games, he has 10 points and points in all but one of those games there, and that was at Carolina. And overall this season, he has a point in 15 of 21 games. So, minus 110, around even money there for him to get a point. Boston has had back-to-back shutouts, so it could be a low-scoring game, but I think McCann here, he's been able to get points even when the Kraken only score, 1 or 2 goals you see here in this game log. So minus 110, I'll take that here for him to get a point. Down to 8:30, got the Flames and the Blackhawks. This is a tough one to look at here. I am going with Tyler Bertuzzi, plus 120 over 2.5 shots on goal. Hasn't been shooting a ton overall this season, only 103 shots in 43 games. But looking at his recent stretch here, 4, 3, 4, 6, 5, 3, and 4 there in his past 7 games. Been a ton of shot attempts there as well. And he has been better at home, I believe. Looking at his overall percentage, he only had 3 shots on goal in 42% of his games at home. That is down at 38. But his last 5 home games, 4, 4, 6, 5, and 4 shots on goal. So maybe take a little ladder up to that over 3.5 at plus 285. He has been hitting that in each of his past 5 home games there, as I said. But yeah, he's overlooked a bit there in Chicago. They got their Bedards and all that, but he's playing on the second line. Seems to be the shooter on that line with Dickinson and Mikheyev. So Bertuzzi, he's shooting the puck a lot right now. Let's hope that continues here at a nice plus 126 price, or plus 126 at DraftKings. At 9 o'clock, we got the Oilers at home, and that means one thing. That means Connor McDavid shots on goal. Connor McDavid absolutely loves shooting the puck at home. 99 shots in 20 home games. That's easily over 3 per game, almost 3.5. Only 77 shots in 27 road games, so a lot more there at home. And looking at his recent home games, he has hit this mark in 10 straight games, 5, 10, 6, 9, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7 there in his last 10 home games. Had 1 and 1 before that, and then 5, 4, 5, 6. So minus 115 for him to get 4. Love that there. He's done that in 75% of his home games. 5 shots on goal is plus 190. He's done that in 6 straight and 9 of his past 10, 65% overall. And then 6 plus shots on goal is at 4-1. but he did do that in 4 straight home games prior to only having 5 last time out there. So Oilers are at home. Take McDavid props. They get the good matchup out there. Islanders are without Horvat, so they don't have as good of a defensive forward system there. Have to imagine Knobloch gets some good matchups for McDavid, and he's able to take advantage with plenty of shots on goal. You know, if you look at his recent game log, only 3-2 in the past 2 games, but those were on the road. So that's not where he likes to shoot the puck a ton, and he's been shooting the puck a lot over the past month during this just insane point streak since December 14th. He has 46 points in 20 games, 101 shots on goal in that span. So 5 shots on goal per game in his past 20 during this point streak. So McDavid over 3.5 minus 115. Ladder that up to your liking to 5 and maybe even 6 there as well, given how he has been shooting the puck. Down the clock here again. I'm looking at Mikhail Sergachev in the Stars Mammoth game. Over 1.5 shots on goal, just a minus 135 here. Nothing too special. No ladder play here. But Sergachev has gotten 2 shots on goal in 62% of his games overall. That is 29 of 47. Has done it in 4 straight, 8 of his past 10 there, and 13 of his past 18. Looking against the Stars, he had 2 against them in the last meeting this season and also the final meeting last season. So Stars also allowing 2 shots on goal to Jacob Trouba got 2, Brent Clark, Drew Doughty, Jacob Chickering got 6 a few games ago there. So Sergachev is shooting the puck a bit for the Mammoth. Doesn't usually get more than 2, but 2 is a steady number to look at for Sergachev. Minus 135 at DraftKings. I am seeing higher numbers elsewhere, so make sure you shop around and get the best price there on Sergachev. And then the final game on the docket, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Golden Knights. And I am once again looking at a defenseman, Shea Theodore, but to get a point here at minus 105. Shots on goal for him is probably a good look as well. If it's at 1.5, he has been shooting the puck a bit. Let me check what that's at. Over 1.5. Yeah, minus 215. That's too low for me. Give me the point. Has 23 points in 34 games this season. Of course, he did just return from injury. Had a point and had 2 goals back-to-back games there against St. Louis, then at San Jose, and then an assist last night, possibly on the overtime winner, or was it the game tying for the first goal? The first goal, easy there out of the gate in the second period, getting the secondary assist. Eichel had 3 assists in that game because, of course, he did. Eichel assist is a good look as well, but that's probably a bigger number. Theodore now has points in what's that? 8 of his past 9 games, 9 points in total, and on the season he has recorded a point in 20 of 34 games. And looking at his home road splits this season, he has a point in 50% of his home games, 9 points in 16 home games, 14 and 18 on the road. So not quite there, but I do think that regresses a bit at some point. Why not tonight against the Leafs, who have not been, they've been playing better, but I still think they're a little bit shaky defensively, as we've seen against Utah there, and also against the Avs. They were able to come back a few times in that one in a back and forth affair. Okay, before I get into the team total shots on goal, we have to make sure we shout out Underdog here. Underdog was your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Underdog is bringing the playoff magic all playoffs long. Every playoff weekend, open the Underdog app to see what promos are waiting for you. Underdog has a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with code HGP. And of course, we have Rhythm. Rhythm has crushed NFL this season, especially on props. And last year in the playoffs, they were even better. 6-1 on passing touchdowns, 9-4 on rush yards, 21-13 on rush attempt props. It's super easy to sign up. You can run predictions off the house model or make your own and play with the sliders. So use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. I did look at these games in advance for these team total shots on goal, so I will be able to prepare these. Starting off with that Battle of Pennsylvania, Flyers at the Penguins here. I do like both of these teams unders here. Flyers under 5.5, Pittsburgh Penguins under 28.5. Flyers have been playing very low event hockey recently. Last night, 22-13 shots on goal. Before that, 21-25, 20-23, 23-23. Game before that, they allowed 18, allowed 25, allowed 26. They're not scoring much, but they're also not allowing a ton of chances or a ton of shots the other way, I should say here. And Pittsburgh, 27, 27, 28, 29 shots on goal here. But I think the Flyers are able to slow that down a bit. The Penguins had 26 and 27 in the first two meetings. So back to back for the Flyers. Hopefully, they're able to slow things down and get a low shots on goal total. Their last few back to backs here in Calgary, both teams had 26 shots on goal. And before that, in Chicago, they outshot the Blackhawks 26-21. So I think at least one of those hits, and it's very possible we see another one of these games in the low 20s there for both teams. So if you want maybe one play, just take the under 53.5 overall. But if you can't find these team total shots on goal, as always, they're usually just on Sugar House or Bet Rivers or stuff like that. You can always take the opposing team's goalies save either over or under, corresponding with the team total shots on goal there. Also at 7 o'clock, you have the Canucks at the Blue Jackets. Another two picks for this one. I like the Canucks to go under 28.5, and I like the Blue Jackets to go over 30.5. Looking at the Canucks' recent games, that would have hit in each of their past two games on this road trip, got outshot 40-20 and 41-23. Are really struggling here. Third game in 4 nights. This is finally the end of the road trip in Columbus. Got the dead cat bounce there against the Flames, outshot them 43-32, 36-27 the game before that. So they're a team that is able to put up more than 30 shots on goal with regularity. You see it here in their past 10 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their past 10 games. They've had at least 31 shots on goal. And I don't think the Canucks really get over 28 shots on goal often, especially on the road, especially late in a road trip. They're struggling. I think Sherwood's day today. Marco Rossi is out. So should be a kind of a dominant performance, I think, from Columbus tonight. I'm surprised they're only minus 166. I did take them. All three of us took them on the puck line at plus 145. But this is getting battle here at minus 165. It is Lankinen tonight for the Canucks. So Blue Jackets over, or Canucks goalie save over, and then Canucks shots on goal under. 7 o'clock. Again, the Sharks and the Capitals, only one play here. It's the Capitals under 32.5. I just think it's a high number here. Sharks haven't allowed a ton of shots recently. 31, 20, 26, 36, 26, 23, 42, 27, 36, 26, 31 in their past 10. So only twice in their past 10 did they allow more than 33 shots on goal. Capitals have only had more than 33 shots on goal in 3 of their past 10 games. I think Capitals probably get a lead against the Sharks and, able to kind of slow things down, maybe go into a shell a little bit and not necessarily pour it on too much. In the first meeting, the Capitals outshot them 31-24 in a 7-1 win. Could see something similar here. I do think Washington does pull it out, even though I think we got the Sharks at plus 164 last night on the puck box. Now they're down to plus 146. I would not take plus 145, but I do like that plus 164 number that we got, and I like the Capitals under 32.5 shots on goal. Then we have the Jets at the Wild here. Jets have been, playing a bit better recently, but I'm taking their under shots on goal 27.5. Look, even in these wins, 22, 22, 20, 16, 20, 23 shots on goal in their past 6 games there. I had 40 in Toronto, 24 in Detroit before that. So 27 might be hard to get to. Minnesota has allowed around 27, 28 in a lot of their recent games, but I think at home here against the Winnipeg team that isn't very good, especially on the road, 7-13 and 2. I think the Wild are able to kind of Joel Eriksson is a game time decision. That is a big sticking point there for the Wild. He's a good defensive centerman for them. So if he's not playing, don't love this as much. But still, I don't think the Jets get to 28 shots on goal when they've had no more than 23 in their past 6 games since New Year's Day. A few more here. Kraken under 27.5 shots on goal at the Bruins. Just a long road trip here for the Kraken. Fourth of fifth games before going to Utah. 12, 29, and 17 shots on goal. The 29 was against the Rangers, who, as we all know, are not very good. And Boston has been playing solid defensively recently. 24, 27 in their past 2 games. 29 the one before that, but they were up 10-2 against the Rangers here. So I don't see the Kraken getting to that 28 shots on goal number. It's they could get to just 28. This is a game where I could see myself getting hooked by that one shot on goal. But taking that risk here, gambling here on the Hockey Gambling Podcast, if you will. 2 more. Got the Utah Mammoth under 29.5 shots on goal. I have noticed I have tended to take more unders on these team shots on goal recently. Not sure exactly why, but that's the way I have been looking. Mammoth under 29.5. Dallas has been playing solid defensively on this road trip. Maybe that they run out of steam here. 3rd game in 4 nights going up to Utah, but 24-25 in their past 2 games. 31 in San Jose, but 24, 23, 28, 21 before that. The Mammoth don't shoot a ton. They did have 41 against the Leafs, but the Leafs were on a back-to-back after playing Colorado the night before. And prior to that, Utah only had 27, 23, 21, 27, 31, and 21 in their games in 2026. So I like that under 29.5 for Utah. And finally, one final under here is the Toronto Maple Leafs under 24.5. Only 20 shots on goal in Utah. Had 31 in Colorado, but before that, 24, 23, 23, 21 there in their past 6 games. Vegas only allowed 24 shots in LA, 20, 19 in their previous games as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their past 8 games, they've allowed 24 shots on goal or fewer, and the one over was 25 shots on goal. So maybe could get hooked here as well if the Leafs get to that 25 number, but that's a decent number of 10 team total shots on goal picks. You can round robin those as well. Do how you see fit. Haven't been as profitable recently with them, but I'm confident be able to get 5 or 6 wins out of that, not lose too much on the 10 picks there. Okay, let's do a quick look at what we got on Friday. We have 4 games on Friday. Panthers at the Hurricanes. Hurricanes have dominated this rivalry, if you can call it that. Hurricanes coming back home. We'll have 2 days off after a back-to-back on the road. But it's hard to take the Hurricanes against the Panthers at this point in just how that they're meeting here. Marchand didn't play, Kachuk didn't play, so keep an eye out for the injuries. Not going to be placing any bets yet, but Florida is the only way I would look here, and I would probably look to the over as well. 5-2, 4-3 were the first 2 meetings, and both teams, as you can see here, do trend to the over. Next game on Friday night is the Sharks at the Red Wings. Sharks on the back-to-back. Let me look up real quick what their numbers are on the back-to-back this season. I can't imagine they're too good. They do have Nedeljkovic tonight, so it'll be Askarov tomorrow. 3-4-1 on back-to-backs for the Sharks. Red Wings coming back home from that game in Boston, but they're much better at home. 16-8-1. Sharks are only 10-10 on their road. I guess that's the only way you can look is to the Red Wings, but that would probably be a puck line play here at plus 105. Minus 250 is just way too high. I mean, if anything, I'll wait and take the Sharks at plus 225 or higher. By puck drop, Friday at 8, also have the Lightning at the Blues. Lightning minus 180. They're rolling right now. They're rolling right now. Blues somehow got that win over the Hurricanes, but the Lightning really are the top team in the Eastern Conference, like by far. Like they're not quite Avalanche levels of good, but they're just dominating the Eastern Conference. Even after that slow start, second in the league in point percentage, easily top in the Eastern Conference, plus 44 goal differential. The second best goal differential in the Eastern Conference behind them is plus 18. So Blues are rebuilding. Tampa Bay, even without Point, even without McDonough still out, I think they get it done here on the road in St. Louis. Minus 180 is a bit steep. Maybe look at a regulation price or a puck line. They did beat them 4-1 at home back December. So Lightning should be able to take care of business in St. Louis. And then the late game on Friday night is Nashville at Colorado. Colorado minus 305, Preds plus 245. I guess the Predators are the only way you can look, but I mean, Avs, a few days off after that loss to the Leafs, you have to think they come out firing here against the Predators. They did beat the Predators 4-2 at home, lost 4-3 in Nashville, and beat them 3-0 in Nashville before that. So, I mean, Avs puck line minus 115 might be the way to go here. That is the best line out there that are probably going to get up to minus 130 or higher. So, yeah, look kind of chalky tomorrow, but yeah, Cats are underdogs. Shark can get up to a good underdog price. I like the Lightning, and it's hard to bet against the Avalanche, especially at home after a loss there. But we should be back with a full show on Friday evening, probably around 6 p.m. would be my guess. Keep an eye out for that on the YouTube. Subscribe there at Hockey Gambling Podcast. Also subscribe on Apple and Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN and get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at